Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas' daily free winner show, brought to you the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, SportsMemo. We have a great show for you today. We have a very, very, very special panel of guests today, making a house call. The doctor himself, Dr. Chuck, and making his First Family and SportsMemo debut on video, Mr. Dan Kaiser. Happy Thursday to you both. Let me start with Dr. Chuck. Doc, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. We're going to spend a lot of time with each other today, like we have all week. So I always love D'Amico time. So I hope you're not completely sick of me yet. That's what I said. They can't get me off these shows this week. So God help them.
Well, Doc, I think you're doing great work, and we do appreciate. Dionne and I took off a few weeks from doing videos. We still posted games, but we took off, and Dr. Chuck, as well as JM Sports, Jeff Michaels, and Eric Pauly, and even Jesse Schul, as usual, stepped up and really, you guys went above and beyond, and we could never get sick of you. Doc, I keep telling you, you're one of my three favorite doctors. There's Dr. Seuss, Dr. J, and Dr. Chuck, the three greatest doctors in the history of doctors. You can keep Dr. Huxtable. I think we can all agree with that. Forget about Dr. Fauci. I don't want to get political, but you are my favorite doctor. I'm telling you right now. You have better hair than Dr. J had. I'll tell you that.
He's like our sports memo kid.
Yes. We love you, Dr. Chuck. And we're really honored, Guys, I've been in this business for a very long time. Here in Vegas, over 30 years. Married to Dionne. She keeps me looking young. I'm a lot older than what I look. But this gentleman has been I have respected this gentleman for his work. He on a lot of other brands for many years, and we're very proud to have him now at SportsMemo. And since he started at SportsMemo, guys, he just didn't dip his toe in the water. He splashed in head first. He is all over the leaderboards. I believe he's over 70% since starting. Dan Kaiser. Dan, welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's quite an honor to be on here, and I'm happy to be on SportsMemo.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you. And a little bit later on during Dan's segment, we're going to be doing get to know your armed assailant. No, get to know your new capper. We're going to do a little bit of stuff with Dan, and he's got some free stuff for you today. I'm very excited about. As I said, Dan, I've been a fan of yours, and I've respected your work for many years. And we are really happy to have you here on the First Family Show. But we're really happy to have you in the SportsMemo family, so welcome. Having said that, guys, we have a few things that we're excited to tell you about.
We do.
My friends, grab your helmet, lace up your cleats, and put on your jockstrap. Football is upon us. We've waited 6 long months, and it is here. The Hall of Fame game
as you can see,
is
we're
here.
ready today.
We're already ready. I am wearing my jockstrap. She's got her cleats on. Sometimes we switch because we try to spice it up. No, guys, we waited 6 long months for it. We've got some great discounts that Dion's going to tell you about in a moment. Some other things we're excited about. Guys, the first meet and greet was so successful back in March that SportsMemo and Wager Talk are doing another meet and greet here, August 19th and 20th at the Westgate Superbook in the clubhouse. You can get to meet all your favorite Wager Talk and SportsMemo personalities. We got some fun stuff in store for everybody. Guys, I want to tell you this. I know that a lot of you are excited about meeting us. We're just as excited about meeting you, our supporters, our fans, our followers, those people who buy our plays and trust us. So we want to meet you and show us our thanks. So come join us.
Last year.
We had a lot of fun. It
was a really great time getting to meet all of our followers and all of our fans and getting to know a lot of the behind the scenes people over at SportsMemo.
Yeah. We have the best support crew in the world. Our Detroit crew, Chris, Lexi, Kyle, Jason, James, Missy, Mel. We love you guys with all of our hearts. And I got to tell you, man, we had so much fun with them. The Prez, Marco, Johnny's coming this time. Johnny D. I'm pretty sure I have to check with my parole officer, but I may not be allowed in the same room as Johnny Detroit. I'm just kidding, Johnny. But we're going to have a lot of fun. And you know what's fun, Dr. Chuck and Dan? We got to meet people who were nervous about meeting us, fans from Twitter, fans from the videos, fans that buy our plays. And there's no bigger honor really than someone that puts their trust in us with their hard-earned money. And there are people like, can I get a picture with you? It was so nice to meet these people. And guys, we can't wait to meet all of you, and a lot of you that couldn't make it the first time could make it this time. A few other things. We did hit our 5,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. But guys, we have a new goal, don't we?
We do, and it's a big one.
We want to hit 10,000 subscribers, but we can't do it without your help. So hit that subscribe button. I'm going to tell you why. Because just yesterday, Johnny Detroit and our great producer, Chris, and myself sat down. we have an amazing fall schedule of video content. We're going to be revolutionize the industry of sports betting with our video platform this fall. You don't want to miss any of that. Hit that subscribe button. Having said that, Dionne has a few discounts for us. Dionne, take it away.
We do. We have an amazing discount going on right now for Joey and myself. You can get the second half of MLB for just $2.99. All you have to do is use code 1STFAM299 upon checkout. We also do have another discount for anybody that is on the FF show all week long. You can get a 7-day all-access pass or a 7-day MLB pass for $30 off. All you have to do is use code PITCH7 upon checkout. On the all-access pass, it comes down to less than $10 a day, and on the MLB 7-day pass, it comes down to $7 a day. It is an amazing deal. And I'd like to throw something in there also.
Throw it in there.
I believe all season long you've been like killing it in MLB.
Me?
Yes.
Well, thank you.
But over the last 3+ weeks, $100 bettors are like up $5,000, I believe.
Something like 4,930, but who's counting? Yeah, I'm doing very, very well in baseball. I'm glad that I could perform for ourselves because I bet every game I put out and for everyone that puts their trust in me. Now, I will tell you, I passed on premium releases today, but I have a big NFL Hall of Fame game winner for you. We'll talk about that in a minute.
And with the way that you are right now with MLB, this is the time to go ahead and use one of those discounts because he is just killing it. And with the price that it's dropping down to with that $30 off, you don't want to miss out on that. Plus, we also do have a ton of college and pro football early bird discounts available right now for a short, limited time.
You can tell her I gave her good husband and wife love last night. So she's really promoting daddy today, isn't she? I love you, baby. And the dogs are barking. I love it. That's how excited they are about these discounts. Is that Dan or Chuck? Is it one of your dogs?
Mine.
Oh, we love it. We have four of our own. They bark all the time. They knock down the backdrops. We love that. That just shows you even the dogs are excited about what we've got to offer here on the First Family Show. So without any further ado, I want to do a getting to know you kind of quick segment with Dan Kaiser. As I mentioned earlier, Dan has been really one of the best in the business over quite a while on a couple of other brands, and we're happy to have him with SportsMemo. Dan, can you take as short or as long as you want, tell us a little bit about yourself for those few out there that aren't familiar with you.
All right, sure. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I've been in this business for probably a little over 20 years, one way or another, front side, back side. I've worked with some of the top handicappers that you find on these sites. I moved to Thailand. I lived in Thailand for over 14 years, which kind of forced me to redefine how I bet on sports with the time difference. And I think it kind of helped me have my own type of style here. After the laws changed in the States, I felt it was the right time to come back, better my son's education, and take part in this ever-expanding business. The funny story is I probably was on the first ever Wager Talk Vegas trip when it was just a message board. And I'm not even sure if you were around back then, but a bunch of guys were on the site called Wager Talk and just a message board, and we packed up and a bunch of us went to Vegas. Still friends with a couple of them still in the business. So yeah, it's been a wild run for the last 20 years. I'm happy to be here and happy to be on SportsMemo.
Well, we're happy to have you, Dan. Now, I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the show that you really hit the ground running here at SportsMemo. I believe you're hitting over 70% since you joined the website. You're doing great work. I know you've got some great things happening on the premium side tonight, and you've got something very exciting you can give out free on the show today. Dan, tell us about your premium plays. Tell us your free stuff. The floor is yours.
All right. Thanks again. Yeah, I mean, I'm calling it the SportsMemo bump. Since I've been here, I'm strictly Major League Baseball. I'm 35-16 since I've joined this site, and today I've got my 5% game of the week game going. It's in the White Sox Texas game tonight, and then I've got three other plays up on the site today that I really feel confident in. My free play. This is a futures bet. In college football, I'm taking the over 7.5 wins on my Michigan State Spartans. Just as a point of reference, I'm a Spartan alumni, a Spartan dog, as they say, and I'm really looking forward to this season.
All right. There you go. Great stuff by Dan Kaiser. Be sure to go over. I'm sorry.
I did have something to say, but I lost.
Go ahead. No, please, Dan. I'm sorry. My apologies.
It cut out.
Please, it cut out. I'm sorry. Please go on.
No, yeah, it's just I'm really. This is Mel Tucker's brought some excitement back to East Lansing since I haven't seen it since the early days of the D'Antonio era. We won 11-2 last season. Don't expect that this season, but we won 11-2 with the worst pass defense in the nation, the worst defense in the Big Ten. He's hit the transfer portal hard. I think he's found a couple of replacements for Kenneth Walker III. He's got the Pac-12 2020 Offensive Player of the Year coming in to take over for Walker in the backfield. Defense should be better. He's got a lot of transfers coming in there. I'm looking at probably 8 or 9 wins, possibly 10, but it's definitely going over.
All righty. Sports fans, great stuff from Dan Kaiser, and he knows the Michigan State team very well. He tells you over 7.5, take it to the bank. But if you like what you heard, and I know you like what you heard, go over after the show. Go follow Dan. He's got a 5% play. He's got 3 other big games on the board tonight. Take advantage of that great discount, that customer appreciation discount. Follow Dan all the way to the bank. I'm telling you, 70%. Ain't no joke, and he's walking it like he talks it. Dan's going to stick around till the end of the show, like Dr. Chuck, like Dan, like myself. This way we can run down our free plays later. But let's go over the First Lady of Las Vegas, who had another free play winner yesterday, who won another WNBA game last night.
I did.
You're killing me. She's doing great work in multiple sports, and like I said at the top of the show,
I gotta beat out the doctor.
You gotta contend with the doctor, who's killing it.
He's killing it also, man. I gotta keep up with him.
It's not easy stuff. I gotta tell you, but you know what I do like about this team here? There is some competition, but everybody supports one another, which is amazing. Some friendly competition. Dionne, I did mention this at the top of the show, and I am very proud of you. I didn't realize this until last week. You finished at SportsMemo last year, college football, number 2.
I did.
That is amazing because that is one of my fortes. She whooped my ass.
Well, you taught me everything I know.
Yeah, remember that. Just remember that. I taught you everything you know. But I didn't teach you everything I know. Now, having said that, that's a long joke we got. Sports fans, Dionne's got some premium stuff she wants to tell you about tonight, and she's got another free play for you. Dionne, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, baby. The last 5 days in baseball, I am a perfect 4-0 with a profit of 2,200. I think the odds makers today are looking to take advantage of us with some inflated lines. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and pass an MLB today. The lines in WNBA kind of were a little bit too high for me. I wasn't crazy about them. So I am going to pass in WNBA today. So I took the day off, but I will be back tomorrow because there are already some games that I looked at for tomorrow's card in MLB and WNBA that I kind of like already. So I am passing today, but I will be back tomorrow with some more winners for you. And Joey did mention I had a free winner yesterday on my free play yesterday. And I have another nice free winner for everybody today that takes place on the Diamond, where the Houston Astros and Cleveland Guardians are facing off for the first game of a 4-game series at Progressive Field. The Astros show no signs of slowing down. They own the top spot of the AL West with an overall record of 68-38. Houston has taken 9 of the last 11 meetings with Cleveland. And when playing at Progressive Field, they have won 5 straight. Today, they send Justin Verlander to the mound. He is 14-3 with a 1.81 ERA and leads the majors in ERA and wins. The right-hander has allowed 1 earned run or less in each of his past 6 starts, going a perfect 6-0 with a 0.86 ERA in that span. The Guardians, they have been playing good as of late, sitting in second place of the AL Central, 1 game back of the Twins. They counter with Zach Plesac, who is just 2-9 with a 4.33 ERA. On Saturday, he lost his 5th straight decision, where he yielded 5 runs over 5 innings against the Rays. In 2 career starts against the Astros, the right-hander is 1-1 with a 10.24 ERA. So Cleveland is going to struggle at the plate today. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Astros on the run line today.
First Lady of Vegas is take the Astros on the run line. If I'm not mistaken, 2 of your 3 free plays on this show this week have already made people money.
Yes, sir.
So you're back on that damn free play winning streak. That's great. Guys, she was hitting like 80% before we went on hiatus.
Yeah.
And that was over like 2 months. Guys, I want you to know, I respect this about you, Dan. You know, some people just force a play to get a play out there because they're on a winning streak. I like that about you. You don't gamble with your money. You don't gamble with the people that believe in your money.
If I myself am not crazy about the lines or a game for the day that I would myself not bet on, I don't want to give it out to anybody else, because if I don't feel confident about it enough for myself to put money on it, I want to make sure that you have something that's going to bring value.
I love it. And even Dr. Chuck's kids love it. I love that stuff. See, now, I
really keeping her out of this one. She's been hovering right there.
That's okay. That's all right. Like, listen, it brings great character to the show. We've got dogs. We've got children. Hell, man. Even my father might even break down the hall pretty soon. You never know. Guys, I really want
all about girl power, and I think she knows that Dionne took the lead back last night. I think she might know that, and so she's in here trying to remind me that I'm behind in WNBA again. So I think
great
that's
stuff.
my niece right there.
They do stick together. They do stick together. And by the way, we'd make great godparents. I'm throwing that out there, Doctor. Sports fans, go after the show. Follow Dionne, and I do respect that. She's got some good college football discounts already going. She got WA stuff. You got baseball stuff, that thing that you see going across the bottom of your screen. We've got this other discount, this 7-day all sports, a 7-day MLB pass. Follow Dionne. You'll follow her to the bank. Speaking about following to the bank, my man, Dr. Chuck, 3-7, 30 days. His name is everywhere. I'm telling you right now, he is killing it in multiple sports. What I do love about the First Family Show, outside of the fact that I get to talk as much as I want, but what I do love about the First Family
Show, talk?
I'm going to hit you with a wire hanger later. Sports fans, what I do love about the First Family Show is we're not dedicated to any one sport. So on any given day, you get pro football, college football, pro basketball, college basketball. You get baseball. You get college Canadian football. You get golf. You get hockey. And sometimes you even get tennis. And that's what I love about this show, because any given day, you got a mixture. You got a hodgepodge. You got a buffet. For those of you that like Vegas buffets, it's a smorgasbord of winners, free winners. Dr. Chuck is all over the leaderboard. She's going to tell you about some things he's excited about on the premium side, and he's got a free winner for you, which I believe is the first on the First Family Show. Doc, the floor is yours.
I was going to say I have a feeling this is a first. I know when Pavlos comes on, he baffles us all with all sorts of different worldly soccer plays. Yes, this is probably the first ever tennis play. Before we get to it, like I mentioned, Dionne, I watched the Fever just completely pee down their leg last night and thought to myself, I hope Dionne isn't hammering something tonight because it's such a tight margin. And lo and behold, I'm pretty sure she took that lead back. But maybe we can do the same thing in college football, Dionne, because I edged you out last year on the college football slate. So don't forget, there's early bird access on that. Hoping to repeat as the top. It's hard to repeat, especially when everybody's hungry. Dan is obviously already looking at futures. Dionne was number 2 last year. Joe does not want to settle for anything but number 1, and that's just the 4 of us. So make sure you check out all the different stuff. I've already put out some NFL and college football futures. But yeah, I wanted to like delve into something. I even said when I was pitching my idea, stay with me here. I'm going for a tennis match in Washington, D.C. today. And I wanted to do that because I wanted to just highlight a little bit of the fact that I'm up 65 units on the tennis season. We're winning 70% this week. A variety of ways to attack tennis, which is why I finally started to realize this is what we need to do, because it's not just pick a guy to win or pick an over or an under. There's so many different ways to attack. And I have a 5-unit play out in tennis today in Cabo tonight. So I wanted to get a little bit of eyes on that. But what we're doing for our free play, in addition to our 5-unit play that's up right now at the website, is Victoria Azarenka is facing Teresa Martincova. And I know people are just going to chuckle at reeling off the names that are involved in a lot of tennis matches. Victoria Azarenka is a name people might actually remember. She has been a former world number 1, not that same form that she'd shown in the past, but looked pretty great in her opening match in DC. Teresa Martincova came in. Her first match was against Ziyu Wang. It was a pretty evenly matched race. They're number 75 and number 78 in the world. And she didn't really look very good. She is here. She is in the next round. She is facing Azarenka today. But she lost the first set 6-0. She won the next 2 sets 6-4 and 6-4. Didn't get either of those breaks in those second sets until she was up 5-4 and broke Wang to win both of the second and third sets. The things that stick out that are just going to be problems. These two faced off last year at the U.S. Open. Same hard court, same fast surface. Azarenka won 6-4, 6-0. These two also faced off earlier this season. Azarenka was an easy winner then. And specifically against Wang in that first round, Martincova hit only – she was good on her first serve, won a lot of those points. When it went to her second serve, she only scored 35% of the points on her second serve and had 18 chances for the opponent to break her. Just not going to work out against Azarenka, who's a lot more steady, going to win long rallies. And to get her to win just in straight sets, any variety, it could be in tie breaks, it could be 7-5, it could be 6-0, is just minus 130. And for a favorite that's nearly 1-5 just to pick to win, this is where you find the value in these type of things, to go with games or to go with straight sets. And you don't have to worry about having such an enormous line like we've talked about with baseball. And Dionne even mentioned it. Some of these lines are ridiculous. A lot of tennis money line lines will be stupid. Some of the favorites tonight are 1-10, and what's the point of putting down $10 to win $1 back when you could lose? And so finding value in this is how we've made our money on tennis. And don't forget, check out, we have a 5-unit play in addition to Azarenka winning pretty easily today in straight sets.
Great stuff from Dr. Chuck, who's making a household today on the First Family Show. He says Azarenka, he's got a 5-unit play. His 5-unit plays are money. While I was backstage listening, I went to the website and bought it myself, Doc. I love you. It's great stuff. Now, Dr. Chuck and Dan will be back in just a moment. It's time to adjust the volumes on your headsets, your PCs, your laptops, and your phones, because I'm excited today. Got some things I want to tell you about, guys. Over the last 15 seasons, I'm documented at either 13-2, 12-3, different websites. I want to make sure I'm accurate. In my Hall of Fame game releases, I have a slew of number one finishes in the preseason action. Last season alone, 7-3 on premium releases, another 6-0 with free plays. Every year we start off the NFL campaign on the high note. Follow me here with another NFL Hall of Fame game winner, and it will be a great start to the season. I have it posted right now at SportsMemo for just $15. Now, guys, I am going to tell you, I passed on MLB premium releases again today. Great minds think alike. We're looking at games. I just think the lines are a little inflated today. I don't want to lay a 1.5 some ways, and I don't want to lay a big juice on the dog getting a 1.5 in some of these other ways. So I'm going to tell you now, I slid away today. Remember, if I'm not betting, I'm not going to ask you to bet. But I did play this NFL Hall of Fame game tonight pretty heavy. I'm telling you right now, I definitely moved the line in a few places here in town. So, having said that, I do have a free play for everyone. Yesterday's free play was postponed. Sorry, folks. But as far as today's free play, I'm excited about this. Through the first 4 games of the Rockies Padres series, 2 of the games have gone under, 2 of the games have gone over. All right? However, San Diego's taken all 4 contests. Here's a stat. I don't even know if Dr. Chuck knows this stat. I had to double and triple check this. The Padres have never swept a 5-game series. Wow. I double and triple checked that. Makes you think, guys. The Rockies won 8 of the season's first 11 meetings between these teams prior to the current series. Colorado has to make it showing here in Game 5. On the mound today, Kyle Freeland, Joe Musgrove. Freeland 6-7 with a 4.63 ERA. And in 3 starts against the Padres this season, he's 2-0 with a 5.82. Overall, in 18 lifetime appearances, which does include 16 starts against San Diego, the lefty, 5-5 with a 4.30. Musgrove, who is 8-4 with a 2.65 ERA, has struggled lately. Over his last 3 outings, the right-hander has a whopping ERA of 6.06. As a matter of fact, he has lost 4 straight decisions since opening the season at 8-0. With the combination of the fact that the Rockies have to make a showing and be more competitive here in Game 5, and with 2 less than stellar starting pitchers who are struggling right now, I look for this game to go over the total. It's 7.5 right now. I like the over. Guys, let's bring everybody back. Excuse me. Let's bring everybody back. We got a couple of announcements, and we're going to be running down the free plays. Dionne, take it away.
We do. Joey and I have that second half of MLB for just $2.99. All you have to do is use code 1STFAM299 upon checkout. And for any of the amazing handicappers on the FF show the rest of the week, you get $30 off any 7-day all access or an MLB 7-day pass. All you have to do is use pitch 7 upon checkout. We also do have, since NFL preseason has started today, we do have a discount going on right now, just $99. We also have a ton of other college and pro football early bird discounts available right now for a limited time. So make sure you head on over to the website and take advantage of those amazing discounts.
So much customer appreciation discounts over at SportsMemo. That's why we're unrivaled, guys. Guys, later on today, Full Count, the MLB Sports Betting Coverage Show, will go live 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I hope you like Dionne, Dr. Chuck, and I, because That's your cast later today. I'll be hosting the doc, and the First Lady will be joining me. So tune into that before making any of your final betting baseball decisions for the day. We're going to run down the free plays for today. Let's go to Dan. Dan, what'd you have for everybody today?
Yeah, I got the Michigan State over 7.5 wins for the season. And just if anybody's ever followed me on the Insider Zoom Discord channel, they know that I have no problems betting against Michigan State when I see the opportunity being there. So it is somewhat of a homer pick, but if I didn't think they were going to get 7.5 wins, I definitely would have bet the under.
I can live with that, Dan. That's good stuff. Thank you. Dionne, what did you have for everybody today?
I am going with the Astros on the run line today.
Dr. Chuck.
We're going tennis and Victoria Azarenka to win in straights.
And your sexy and savory host is the Rockies Padres over 7.5. Real quick, guys, go to the SportsMemo Twitter page. Let me try that again. Twitter page, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are at SportsMemo. We each post tons of free content. You get futures, you get odds, you get great columns by our buddy Eric Pauly, who you see on this show. We would love it. Also, follow.
We can follow all of the other amazing handicappers over at Twitter. You can find Dan at Dan Kaiser Sports, Dr. Chuck at Dr. Chuck Sports. You can find myself over at the First Lady of Vegas, and you can find Joey at Joe D'Amico Wins.
Dionne, it's time to say goodbye. Dan, how was your first show? Was it quick and painless?
Oh, it was great.
All
nice
right.
laid back, good guys, good hosts.
You're welcome back anytime. Listen, we have a couple of guests, even though it's an 8 a.m. show. They already come on a little half in the bag, so feel free to have a cocktail of Bailey's and Coke. I'm just kidding. We have a good time here on the show. No, I'm not kidding. We are honored to have you on. You are welcome back here anytime, guys. You're going to be seeing Dan as a regular on the show, and then once football season comes, you're going to see him on some of our football content shows. We look forward to that, Dan. Dionne's going to take us out of here. And it's time to say goodbye.
It is. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow for some more free winners and some amazing guests. On behalf of Dan, Dr. Chuck, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.